there was a rash of videos that all went up around the same time that all said the retro problem across their thumbnails.
The retro problem. We're doing faces for those who are listening.
Once you get 10 retro problem videos, you're like, are they all the same retro problem? What is this retro problem?
It's like, why is the algorithm feeding me this? Did they all get the same idea at the same time? Are they copying each other? Is this some Ouroboros snake eating itself?
And it seems that, it's like that RGT 85 guy out in front of it. And he's every video starts with like, I didn't want to do this. I really didn't want to talk about this. I really didn't, guys. Hey guys, what's going on, RGT 85? I really didn't want to talk about this because I actually really like retro guys.
This is probably going to make some people mad, and honestly, I don't care, because I feel like if you get mad at what I'm about to say, then you're part of the problem.
Because I'm terrible, and I had to know. I decided to know. I needed to know for the viewers.
You got clickbaited.
I mean, after 5 videos, the retro problem. I'm like, well, what the fuck is it? And he goes through most of the same old shit. He's like, I don't like when people grade video games and inflate their prices. I'm like, who cares? I don't care. I have an EverDrive and I have emulation. Once again, why are we bothering ourselves with these small details? If there's some scam artist who is trying to inflate the price, don't buy it. It's voluntary. Anyway, so he throws that out there and he's like, that's a problem, but that's not the problem. He's clickbaiting me even as I'm watching.
Yeah, he's just fishing along.
Yeah.
Like, airing his grievances.
Like, dude, you're not hot enough for this, for me to be chasing you like this.
I don't know. I've never watched any of his videos, but he has mastered that algorithm. I see his like face doing a little pout like every day. It shows up in some feed.
And then he gets around to it. He goes, he belongs to retro game Facebook groups. And there was a father showed his children playing a retro game. Oh yeah. And the and people were commenting, they were playing on like a 4K television or something, and people were commenting like, oh, that's inauthentic, it needs to be a CRT. And he was like, and I'm outraged. That's, this is gatekeeping. And I'm like, first of all, I got no sense of whether or not, like, they might just be kidding,
Yeah. They might just be like, hey, CRTs are fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Next you got to get him a CRT. Like it could be that tone, or two, like it could just be a bunch of nerds being like, gotta play along CRT. But even if it is, does this bother you for even 1 second?
Let me just say that I don't think it's gatekeeping, because like if you put yourself out there, even on Facebook, and it's just to your aunt, she might make fun of your haircut. It's not like gatekeeping your hairstyles, It's like
the aunt problem.
The aunt problem. The aunt problem. No, and we obviously put out a lot of content. People always tell us we look funny, we have wrong opinions. I don't feel like they're gatekeeping. They're just saying they're nerdy, aggressive opinions.
Right.
That could, because whenever you put yourself, I need to get myself a hat. I feel like the hat must be in the algorithm. Like you get a nice winter hat. And you put your mug, below average looking mug, in a thumbnail.
Oh, and the Lady Decade, she did it too.
Oh yeah, those two have totally captured the algorithm.
And all of our imaginations with it.
Making the blandest content ever.
Well, Lady Decade I think she does something a little bit more interesting. Her thumbnails are always like the long lost 5th 2D Mario game or something, like the long lost I don't know, PlayStation Mario game or something. I'm like, huh? It's like Frankenstein games. She's always talking. Yeah. Unlicensed Zelda games. The Lost Sega 3DO. You see what I'm talking about? The Atari Genesis.
She occasionally does those thumbnails where she like shows her like legs. She has her feet out. I don't know why. Maybe it gets more clicks.
Breath of the Wild, the NES version. The Secret NES Super Mario Brothers. Mario Brothers 3 on floppy disk. You see, this is, I gotta tell you.
She's got a hook.
I'm staring. Yeah, Mario Odyssey on NES. I'm staring at these, the long lost version of Super Mario World. I'm staring at these, and I know they're clickbait. I know they're nonsense, and I'm a little interested. I'm like, at least tell me. Even when you know it's a scam, you're like, but what is the scam?
She makes a little more sense to me than the RGT or whatever his name is.
Louis C.K. has his new special out, and he was going around doing press, and there was a clip of him that I saw where he said that it's weird. It's a weird thing, chasing algorithm. It's weird. It's a weird thing.
You understand what you're doing with this algorithm is you're trying to get the attention of an artificial brain. It's a really weird endeavor.
And he said, because you're chasing a fake brain instead of trying to capture the attention of real people. You're trying to capture the attention of AI, basically. And it made me think, I was like, well, much like how AI art is actually just human art that's mashed up. That's kind of, I mean, the YouTube algorithm, I think a lot of people don't realize this. Like, I made a box mac not long ago, and it's our faces, eating mac and cheese or whatever. And people were like, oh, is that like more algorithm friendly, that thumbnail? I'm like, well, it's not more algorithm friendly. It's more human friendly. People like to click on things with faces in them. And then when there's an above average number of clicks or number of, because one time YouTube actually walked me through it where they were like, we sample how many times you got clicked across 100 videos and then across 10 videos. And if we see that like you're getting favored over videos that we think are similar to yours, then we'll amplify you. And if it's diminishing returns, we'll de-amplify you. And TikTok does that too, but they do it like way more aggressively. That's why like your TikTok either fucking dies or it like soars within like the first 10 minutes, basically. First couple of hours sometimes. But the point is that like, I don't know, it's weird to me that people are walking around thinking that the algorithm is analyzing a thumbnail. Like, obviously that's not the case. The thumbnail drives the clicks drive the algorithm. Does everybody understand this? Do I need to go over this again? So even Louis C.K., you're trying to get the attention of a computer. It's a weird thing. It's fucked up.
I'm gonna make sure you watch me check out.
I'm just laying there and you're watching.
I asked you, you said yes. Okay. All right.
So I kept doing it. And it was weird. It was weird for you. It was weird for me. And now it's very weird.
I liked it, but
he does that kind of that like aw shucks thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I'm like blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's wrong.
Yeah. He's wrong. He's wrong.
It's wrong.
It's wrong. It's wrong.
Subscribe to Red Cow Entertainment on Patreon for full episodes every other week.